I was just preparing for one of our family business engagements that we've been working on for about 12 months now. And I came across this article. Should family members be in charge of family businesses? So I want to just jump to the punchline of what the authors found in reviewing 175 studies regarding whether having a family CEO pays off. And without even reading the article, my first reaction from our experience at Legacy Capitals, fortunately serving many, many, many US based and focused, as well as US based and international uh, scope in terms of their operating business. My first reaction was it kind of depends. It depends on the size of the company, the needs of the company, the ages of the family members, the skill set and passions and interests of the family members. So my first response was, I want to see what they're going to say. But that was my response. So here's the punchline. They said, we found that the answer is yes, sometimes. And then I'll just read a little bit of the article. And I just want to comment a little bit for those who are in an operating family business or an owner of an operating family business, or maybe you're serving clients who are operating a family business. So they say, our analysis, which looked at nearly 40 years of research, confirmed that family CEOs tend to prioritize a non-economic goal, keeping the business in the family. I find that that is almost always the case. Not always, but almost always. This suggests that non-family CEOs, leaders brought in from the wider business community, selected based on characteristics such as past performance, may be more interested in prioritizing purely economic goals. And just a little bit more. We also found that companies led by family CEOs tend to have more concern with corporate social responsibility, but invest less in innovation and international growth. They also have more debt on average. All of these things could have important business implications. And then, based on our understanding of the literature, my colleagues and I think it all depends on the goals that family companies themselves pursue. And I would agree with that. I just want to rattle off just three of the family business, family enterprise engagements that we're actively involved in now. Just a little anecdote from each one of them. One of the families, during one of the meetings, in this case, the patriarch turned to his adult children and said, I would love for you to come into this business and maybe take it over one day. But whether you do or not, and you don't have to, we're going to keep this business in the family for a long time. In other words, whether the family members are going to be the next CEO or not, this family is going to keep and control this family business for generations to come. A second example is a family where just about a month ago, we were in a all-day meeting with three generations of the family and a couple of spouses. And basically the G1 said to the family, and obviously there's more detail behind this, said, I think we absolutely need to bring in a non-family member to be the CEO of this future business. And it wasn't a critique of necessarily G2 or G3. It was either the readiness of those other family members or their desire to become the CEO, given what the company needed. And in a third family, we've been serving, just over 12 years now. The patriarch, who is actually G2, was in a meeting with, I was in the meeting with just G2 and G3. So there's multiple children in the next generation in their 30s and 40s now, but one in particular has wanted the CEO role and has been intentionally being prepared for that role one day. And it's like I said, I've known the family at least 12 years, and the G3 family member has been little by little climbing the ranks, reporting into non-family members, was sent to Harvard for leadership development. And in other words, a very professional, corporate, intentional pursuit of one day being the CEO. And I remember in this one meeting with the patriarch and the G3 family member, the patriarch looked at his son in this case and said, as a dad, I would love for you to take over this business, but you're not going to get it if you're not qualified, because there's the business is too big and there's too many employees, professionals, vendors, the whole ecosystem of what it takes this company to function both in the US and overseas, that it would be unwise to put his son, if his son doesn't develop what it takes to rise up and be the future CEO, then it will be someone else that's not a non-family member. So I offer these thoughts to those of you who are in a family business. If you have interest in topics very similar to what we're talking about, just reach out. But I also want to highlight an article that I wrote. I'm just going to share my screen. That is relevant to this article, that I flesh out much more of what strategic questions could be asked in order to help any family make the right decision in terms of, hopefully you could see this article. It's titled, Does Culture Really Eat Strategy? The Importance of Family Business Continuity Planning. And it was published in the Camden publication online. Okay, thank you.